And so now we're going to move on to what the Bible, this beautiful collection of books, has to say about this principle. So if you have your Bibles, feel free to turn there. If not, I'm just going to read them to you. Which says, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven." Yes, okay? This is not a passive prayer. This is alignment language. When you understand how stories encode teachings, and you understand and that these stories known as Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are in fact encoded in a case of mythology, you read this on a whole new level. Because the verse right before that, it says, "After this manner, therefore pray, our Father which art in heaven." Where did Jesus say the kingdom of heaven was? Luke 17:21. The kingdom of heaven is within you. That word in the Greek is entos. It means linguistically inside of. But because we read this Bible through year after year and century after century of Christian doctrine and theology and fog, those theologies have distorted these texts. And so people do. They read that through their theology, through the mind blocks that they have, and they're like, no. That was talking about Jesus. Jesus was among them. No, that is not what that text is saying. Because all authority has been given unto you from heaven and earth. You are the one creating your perception and therefore creating your life. You are not just a mere bystander in your life. Matthew 16:19, as well as also Matthew 18:18 says, "Whatever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." Meaning, earth is responding to heaven. Earth is responding to heaven, or heaven is responding through aligned humans. Either way, it shows interconnected authority between realms. Because when you are connected, okay, you're known as earth, when you are connected to source, to divine, the super conscious, God, life, different terminologies based on the culture, now heaven starts responding to you. And that's where you bring heaven down on earth. Okay, because when you're connected to source, when you are actually practicing meditation and you actually have your pineal gland open and you're actually able to imagine and create the life that you want, you are now connecting to that higher power. Okay, you are connecting to that presence, and then that presence is leading and directing you. You have the I and the me working simultaneously. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Okay, and then as Matthew 7:18 says, "A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit." You will always reap what you sow. Whatever you're sowing up here in your mind, whatever you are sowing in your thoughts with the words that you create, which then gets sown into your internal perception and into your internal identity and reality, will become manifested in your external reality. As within, so without. As Genesis 1:26 says, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." And so male and female, yin and yang, and we're going to talk about symbolism shortly. And then when he shall appear, we shall be like him. 1 John 3:2. This is the microcosm and the macrocosm language, which is also another terminology. I actually want to write that down for you. And so that starts to then reflect the microcosm. Humanity reflects the macrocosm. The uni, again, we're all one, the all. Universe / what people might call God. And then also in Hebrews 8:5, you see that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. Referring back to Moses and Exodus, the mount, higher place of consciousness. Okay, Hebrews 11:13, "That which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Invisible becomes visible." Nothing that is hidden will remain hidden. It will become visible. It will manifest itself, even in your body. When you have unhealthy thoughts up here and you have chaos up here, and then you have energy that then gets stored into your energy field, or emotions that get stored into the body because you just suppress and dissociate rather than feeling and processing, then those invisible things will over time manifest themselves into your body.